Grünerløkka, et trendy urbant sted på Oslo øst som byr på langt mer enn store parker og populære kaféer. Fant lokale grønnsakshandlere og second-hand-butikker for noen år tilbake, er det i dag kjedehusene som mer og mer har tatt over de skyhøye husleiene. Det gamle arbeiderstrøket ved Akerselva har blitt mer trendy enn noen gang og består nå av mennesker i alle samfunnsklasser, fra toppolitikere til fattige studenter. Jeg møtte en mørk og tatovert musiker på en kafé like ved hans bodsted på Grünerløkka. I motsetning til andre rock'n'rollere kom denne mannen presis til møtestedet. Etter å ha hilst på noen lokale kjenninger og bestilt en kaffe, satte han seg ned, klar for å gi oss et innblikk i hans mystiske verden. Jeg startet med å spørre om hvordan han arbeider med sine låter, og om han noen gang har skrevet en låt om hjemstedet.
You know, I guess I write in a lot of ways in the way that a lot of people keep a journal. So I take impressions and stuff and kind of collect them together. That makes up the body of a song. You know, and I write from an emotional standpoint. So yeah, all the songs have some Grünerløkka in them because it's me existing here. I did a jazz record, like not a jazz record. It was like Tom Waits on speed, kind of, and. It was called the Momac Trio, and I wrote a song for one of my best friends owns Mucho Mas down the street, and so I wrote a song for his restaurant, which is called, you know. But that's about as far as I've gone. Yeah.
Tim Scott Mcconnell, den Florida-baserte gitaristen med bakgrunn i det legendariske bandet Havalinas, gir i disse dager ut sitt 4. soloalbum, The Devil's Songbook. Denne gangen under aliaset Leadfoot. Hans karriere startet på motorsykkelklubber i Florida, og fortsatte med rockabillyene i The Rockets, men navnet hans ble for alvor kjent etter 500.000 solgte plater med bandet Havalinas. De splittet på begynnelsen av 90-tallet, men førte til at Tim Scott har delt scener med storheter som Bob Dylan og The Clash, samtidig som han har hatt æren av å få covret en av sine låter med selveste Bruce Springsteen. Etter et jazzprosjekt med The Momac Trio i 2002 har han gitt ut soloplaten 13 Songs, i tillegg til hans aktuelle plate The Devil's Songbook. Hva er det som kan få en så renommert musiker til å slå seg ned på Grünerløkka fremfor rockelivet i verdensmetropolene?
I came here originally. I was touring over here, and my band broke up in London, and I think for about a year and a half or 2 years before that, I hadn't actually had an apartment because we were on the road about 250 days a year. And so when the band broke up, I just kind of turned to the first place. Actually, the first solo tour I did was in Oslo. And at the end of the tour, I just thought, well, I may as well be here. It was summertime, and it was really beautiful. And then I met a woman, and then we had 2 kids. And since then, I've based my life around having the 2 kids.
Ettersom Grünerløkka har blitt så trendy som det har ikke Tim Scott noe behov for å sosialisere seg mer enn nødvendig. Hvordan utarter da en dag seg for 49-åringen?
A few years ago, I used to hang out a lot in the neighborhood, but in the last couple of years, because it's become so much of a shopping area and a tourist area for other people in the city to kind of come here looking for something that's kind of left this area a couple of years ago, actually, But so then I have a tendency to kind of stay in the shadows more. I go to the park sometimes when it's nice, and I have coffee in the emptiest coffee place I can find.
Well, this is not that.
Yeah, I know.
So sorry about that. People and places you usually visit around here.
Well, I have. I get free coffee at Mucho Mas, my friend owns it, and I get to see my friends.
It's a great place and great food.
Yeah, it is, and so I go there, and I go up to Barboca on a Monday night or a Tuesday night, because it's pretty empty, and I do all my shopping at Sultan, which is I hear it's going to disappear now. There's going to be a Megler.
Of course.
So
they're coming all over the place now.
They are actually. It's a game with my kids. They kind of like, instead of counting yellow cars, they count Meglers as they pop up in Grünerløkka.
Grünerløkka har som kjent tiltrukket seg mange beboere de siste årene. Hva er det med Grünerløkka som har fått den tatoverte musikeren til å bli boende her i 10 år?
Well, what attracted me to it was the cultural diversity, that it was the one place pretty much in Oslo that you could find different kind of people, and I've lived all my adult life in that atmosphere, where there's different kind of people and different views and different lifestyles and stuff like that. And that was completely what attracted me to this area. It was the one place, and this and maybe Gamlebeen are the two areas where you can like be a stranger and fit in, you know.
That's right. And what is like especially could be better in this place? We talked about like all the chains is coming.
Yeah, I think they have to start protecting what is the heart of this area, you know, which to me was its cultural diversity, and I think originally it was, for years, you know, unless you go back 40 or 50 years, this was a poor part of town, you know, always, and it's like, that has a tendency to draw people who can't afford high rents, which are usually artists and immigrants and people like that, and those are the kind of people that I feel most comfortable around. Now it's impossible to. I think I need to get a bigger place, you know, for my kids, and I'm not looking in this area. I don't count on no one, and I ain't got no dream.
Etter 10 år har altså rockeren fått nok av Grünerløkka. Er dette begynnelsen på slutten for hans norgesopphold, eller vil han finne seg et nytt sted til seg og sin familie? At vi får høre mer fra den ensomme gitaristen er i alle fall sikkert, men for øyeblikket snur han ryggen til Grünerløkka og vandrer tilbake inn i skyggen, der han liker seg best.
I was born into trouble, and I grew up unchanged. That's what led to this prison and this number.